Good morning, everybody. Anthony here. It is Tuesday, October 21st, 2025, 7:47 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm sitting here this morning doing a couple of things. I am studying my next devotional to post. It's called A Sin Offering. And so, with that, the last couple of days, I've been reading or rereading Leviticus chapters 4 and 5 specifically, and there's some other areas as well to get more acquainted with that, with the various offerings, including the sin and the guilt offering, and watching some videos on the subject and getting my thoughts in order that I want to convey. And then I'm also enjoying my life, having coffee. I'm with the doggies right now, and going to do some prepping related stuff this morning. I'm going to install this or attempt to install this new flip lock that I purchased. You put them on your door, install them on your door, your door entrances to your house, and you could flip them over. It's like a metal piece. You flip it, and it makes the door harder to, if somebody tries to breach it, it makes it a lot harder to get through. So I bought one, see how I like it, and then if I like them, I'll buy others. And so over the weekend, we had the No Kings event that was going on. I think this is the second one that we had. I think there was one when Donald Trump first took office. I think there was an event shortly after that. I remember covering that, not covering it, speaking about it. And so I think that was on, this past one was on Saturday. So it was on Shabbat. So I wasn't really paying attention to that. Lots of things lots of things going on today. They tried to use to give us a spirit of fear and timidity and this, what's our government going to do next to help us? They want to keep the people going from like being in a pinball game. A pinball game when you release the ball, you boom, the ball comes up, and then a bing, bong, boom, 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 bounces off everything, and then when it comes down and it's finally getting ready to go down into the hole, they flick it again, and up it goes again, and it goes. The whole process starts over again. That's how I believe our leaders want the people. If they could get the people to be like a ping pong ball going from one thing to the next, they're happy because they could push their agendas, plural, further. That's their goal. Okay? The No Kings event it should be called No Bullshit event. It's totally made up, it's totally funded. Both sides are in on it. Although the one side, Republican side, will say, oh, it's all funded by the Democrats. George Soros. If George Soros is funding all this illegal activity, why isn't he in jail yet? Why is he still allowed to operate? I watched a clip of from one of the events. I forget what state it was in, and you had this Republican. I guess he was a Republican or conservative gentleman. And he's walking down the street, and they always show the conservative guy with the cross on. Everybody wears their crosses, of course, because God's on their side. God's on their side, not on the Democrat side. And so we'll get back to that in a minute. So he's walking down the street, and I guess he's being followed or heckled, and he's arguing with other people, the No Kings people, protesters. And he starts yelling at them and cursing and swearing. And then he turns, I guess someone either throws something at him or says something, and he turns around and he goes after the people towards the direction of where the threat came from or the whatever happened. I'm not quite sure what happened. And in so doing, the No Kings people start, hitting him or heckling him, pushing him. He ends up falling on his face, busting his eye. He had a big gash over his eye, and now he's getting totally humiliated because now he's surrounded by all these other protests. So what did this guy do? First of all, he got up out of bed that morning with a distinct plan to go and participate in this stupid stuff that is a setup. It's taken away your time from your family, your time from prepping, your time from Bible study, whatever that you do, to put yourself in an environment that somebody could throw a rock at your head, a shot at you, stick you with a knife, kill you, and now what use are you to your family? For what? I went to a No Kings event. Because we don't need kings in this country. We don't want any kings. When every day we're looking to our leaders as to be kings for us, to tell us what to do next, like Pavlov's dog. We're lapdogs. What do we do next, leaders? So anyway, this guy gets heckled and pushed around. He's totally beat up by the time the video ended. I don't know what happened of it, if they caught anybody. But what he did, he put himself in that situation. I distinctly made videos prior to this, all my videos, stay out of these setups. They're all setups. They're all pre-planned. They have agents on both sides, whatever you want to call them, deep state, CIA, FBI embedded. And who knows who they brought in over the last 4 years or 5 years back from the Biden administration. Who knows what agents they brought in that are now working for these other three-letter agencies. They've brought in mercenaries, if you will, to do bidding, not to send back to their home country, but to cause further issues here in this country. So our government can say, we got to do something now. And the people say, what are we going to do? What are you going to do to help keep us safe? And then they have the answer. Problem, reaction, solution. It's the same game plan that goes back centuries. It's the same thing, just repackaged to push the next agenda. We do have a king. Republican or Democrat, no matter who they are in office, they are the king or think they're the king. And the people obey. And don't say you don't, we don't. We obeyed. What would we do during the pandemic? Oh, don't walk down that aisle. Stay 6 feet away. Okay, no kings. Put your mask on or get out of here. Okay, no king. Get your shot, no job. Get your shot. You can't go out. You can't go shopping. You can't do this. Okay, what should I do next? What do you want me to do, everyone? No kings. Yeah, we obeyed like little Pavlov's dogs, and we'll do it again, and they know it. It was a test case scenario. Don't give me this no king. Where were the no kings marches during COVID? There was silence. Silence. Everybody, shh, we got to listen. And the world was in lockstep. The governments of the world were working together in lockstep. Some abusing and their people more than others. Look at China, Australia, New Zealand, and what they did to their people. Japan. America, we had instances. People getting into things, into fights and arguments. Do it and then during that time, all our leaders had Bible verses they were reading. Jesus said that you got to help your neighbor and you got to love your neighbor. Coming from somebody that don't even know what they're reading, that never probably read the Bible, don't even know how to interpret it, don't even know who Jesus is. Telling us we got to do what Jesus did to get rid of this, to flatten the curve. Flatten the curve. And we have no kings? Come on. Give me a break. And these no kings events are planned, and there'll be more in the future. And what's our country doing now? I made some posts last night on it. What's going on now? War. Now in our hemisphere, with possibly with Venezuela. Why? Because they have a broccoli crop that we want? Think again. It's not broccoli. What is it? Oil, minerals, gold? Gold there in them hills. Oh, they're bringing drugs in, Anthony. Venezuela's bringing drugs in? Since when? What about Ecuador? What about Bolivia? What about all these other? What about Mexico? What about China? What about all these other countries? What about Marco Rubio's friends in South America? What are they doing? The banana company owners. How much drugs are they bringing in? But we're going after Maduro because he sells too much broccoli, right? No. He's got oil. He's got gold. He's got minerals, probably. He's got stuff that we want. If all these countries around the world that we're going strong arming just sold broccoli or had, tomato crops, would we be strong arming them so hard? No, they have oil, they have minerals, they have silver, all these minerals that we need for the military industrial complex, number one, so they can keep making bombs to kill people and make more wars, not to defend us. Don't say it's for defense. If it was for defense, they wouldn't have let 20 to 50 million people in here who we don't even know who they are. No sane military-minded people or self-defense-minded people or people that call themselves a sovereign nation would allow that to happen. And everybody, all the agencies followed in lockstep, bringing them in. And now they're following in lockstep. Now ICE is bringing them out. And other three-letter agencies are bringing them out, supposedly. Do you see where this is? It's a ping pong game. It's a pinball game. And we're the ball. You and me are the ball. So what should you be doing? Pay attention to current events and things that are going on, but the mainstream news, garbage. The left-right paradigm, the Fox News, the CNN, the famous podcasters, Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, the other lady now that used to work with Charlie Kirk, all controlled opposition. Just keeping people frozen enough to keep them in the game. Try going off the reservation, though, and having your own ideas or knowing your own stuff and see what happens to you. Not following the controlled opposition. Watch what happens. And people are so brainwashed, when you tell them there's controlled opposition, how could that be? How could that be? That's what it is. Problem, reaction, solution. And nothing's going to get in the way. Because they have a solution and they need the problem to enact the solution. And to enact our outcry, to bring a solution. Whatever that solution is, and I think I know what it is, it has something to do with changing the whole system. The monetary system, making it digital, making it tokenized, making it where they could track and trace every move. And we, the American people who want no kings, have to prove who we are wherever we go every single day. No kings, though. We don't want kings. We just want Democrats and Republicans fighting each other in the streets to the point of civil war, while the political class, the ruling class, runs around and steals the country and changes it into something that we can't change back once it's enacted. It's a road to nowhere. We'll own nothing and be happy. They already told us. They already told us. They don't lie. If they told us we'll own nothing and be happy, they mean it. The be happy part, I don't think they're truthful about. But we will own nothing if we keep down this road. And if you think that this president's doing stuff for you and me, you're crazy. You're brainwashed. You're delusional, the Bible calls it. You're delusional. They're doing what the puppet masters are telling them and what the plan is for the next phase. All of these countries fighting each other in this so-called World War III right now are all in lockstep with each other against their people to bring about a new world system that the puppet masters want. And the puppet masters fund both sides of the coin. They fund it both. And here we are thinking that you go into a protest, the No Kings protest, you're really making a difference. You got your head split open. You had your cross on, though. Got your head split open, nearly got killed. For what? Missed work. Instead of being home with your family, doing stuff like this, prepping, preparing, both physically, mentally, spiritually, most important. Instead, we're allowing ourselves to be bashed around like a ping pong ball in a machine. Stay ready, everybody, and get ready to take cover. Anthony signing off.